Alright everybody, welcome here again to another video on the channel. Here we are with the best enchantments for the Nether and just the Nether. So yeah, basically any enchantments that you can put on your gear that will help you survive in only the Nether, not taking like any variables from like the Overworld, the end, whatever, just purely the new Nether environment. So yeah, for that, why don't we just get started with the rest of the video. Alright, so before we begin, I just want to quickly ask you guys to please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, as it really does help with the channel. These videos have always done very well for me, so I really do appreciate any support I can get from it. And yeah, no, I just want to again clarify that this is only for the Nether, and I only have these couple of pieces of gear. I will have timestamps, so you can probably see in the bottom of the video, like where the bar is. You will have timestamps of all of the different types of gear if you just want to know one thing, and also the description will be listed. And yeah, if you're curious about any gear about gear in general, PvE and PvP, like in a SMP world almost, I have a whole video on that up in the icon above, or down description, or down in the comments. And that video covers all the gear, not just these like basic, armor and noble tools. It covers everything, every single one for all of Minecraft, Overworld and Nether, and PvE, PvP, all jumbled into the best set I could possibly come up with. So yeah, no, with that out of the way, no more talking, no more bothering y'all. Let's get started. Alright, and here we have the sword. The netherite sword has sharpness 5, unbreaking 3, looting 3, mending 1, and knockback 2. Now this is different from the main sword that I would usually make, because it has knockback 2. And that's because if you're here wanting a whole list of gear for the Nether itself, you probably struggle with the Nether. You'll probably have a bad time with Nether, you don't like it, you want the best chance of survivability. And for some people, knockback can make it harder to fight, it will take longer. But if you're here and you're struggling, you just want to be safer. And against stuff like wither skeletons and magma cubes, oh my gosh, magma cubes are so difficult. I can hardly handle them myself, and I play this game so much. You definitely want to zone out your opponents here. And of course, if there's a skeleton, ghast, blaze, just use your bow. Just use it. It's the safest way. Don't run up to them, especially in the soul canyon or soul valley, whatever you want to call it. It is very scary to try to walk up to them. Just use your bow. Go for like piglins, wither skeletons, magma cubes, or whatever. Yeah, just definitely just use your sword. Have knockback. If you have no problems really, and you don't really want knockback, you don't need to put on knockback. It's just a safety measure. So yeah, why don't we go on to the next one? Alright, and now here we have the netherite axe. There's nothing all too crazy about this one either. I believe this is the same one from the previous video that I mentioned about all videos, not about all of Minecraft. But basically, it's just smite 5, unbreaking 3, fortune 3, mending 1, efficiency 5. Nothing crazy at all. You don't really need this, or well, I guess it's helpful. The smite is very helpful against any undead mobs. That includes zombie pigmen, or skeletons, or wither skeletons, or the wither itself. You just feel like spawning it in here, I don't care. But smite does bonus damage compared to sharpness to undead mobs, so it's very useful, it's very helpful. But still, there's other mobs in here that aren't undead, like magma cubes, blazes, ghasts, so you definitely want sharpness still on your sword to cover that. Alright, now we come on here to the pickaxes, and these pickaxes I'm not going to go too much depth in. They're basically the same as what I would call my pickaxe anyways. You just have one of them, let me rephrase that. You have two of them, and they both have unbreaking 3, efficiency 5, and mending. The only difference between the other two is that one has, silk touch, and the other one has a fortune. So, I mean, it's nothing all too crazy, and as well as for the shovel, it's just unbreaking 3, silk touch 1, efficiency 5, mending 1. You could put fortune, but I don't think fortune is going to help you here, especially because you already have fortune in your axe. I think this will help you gather wow, soul sand and gravel. it'll help you gather soul sand and gravel, because then the gravel won't get into those little tiny pieces of flint when you fortune it and all that good stuff. Alright, now we come here to the big doozy, the big doozies, the gear, the main gear, which I think are pretty different compared to all of them. But before I start off, I want to say that on none of these pieces of armor I have thorns on it, and my reason for that is thorns is great. It deals damage when other people hit you, but the thing is that thorns will deal more durability to the armor itself. So if you have a piece of armor that has thorns 3 and it takes thorns, like it does thorns damage, it will then make the armor piece, the gear, it'll make it take more durability, so it'll break quicker. And the little damage from thorns doesn't really help, especially in the PvE area. Maybe in PvP it's very helpful, but not in the nether when you're only fighting the mobs and whatever, just trying to survive. So I don't think it's the best. So just before anybody goes in comments like, why not thorns? Or why not that? That's why, alright? But yeah, with that, let's get on to the helmet. Here we have the netherite helmet. We only have protection 4, unbreaking 3, and mending. Usually you would have respiration 3 and aqua affinity, but I just tried it, at least in Bedrock, in lava. Yeah, by the way, this is Bedrock edition. Hopefully you guys read the title. In Bedrock edition, you go in the lava. Respiration does not help because you can't actually drown. There's no bubbles. Some people think there's bubbles. There isn't. I tested it. You can even see my little netherite dot there. I was testing stuff down there. You know, you don't take what do you call it, respiration. So respiration or aqua affinity want to help you, because it also doesn't matter how fast you mine in the lava. It's the same. So if you want to save yourself on some enchantments and you're only using this in the nether, again, only in the nether, this is like the most efficient way of doing things. All right, there's no better way. You don't need anything else aside from protection, unbreaking 3, and mending. And you guys probably want to CT, you should be fire resistance. You're in the nether. Look at all that fire and hell, you know, and all that. That's why we go over here to the boots. It's a doozy. It's a doozy. With the boots, we have fire protection 4, feather falling 4, soul speed 3, frost walker 2, unbreaking 3, and mending. The boots are the most different things here. Fire protection and soul speed, or not soul speed, and frost walker. I just tested this myself, and I did every single piece of these armor. At first I had all 4 of them with protection, and I took some damage with lava. Then I gave my boots fire protection, then I gave my boots and leggings fire protection, then I gave my boots, leggings, and chestplate fire protection, then I gave myself every single piece of armor fire protection 4. And having the full set of fire protection 4 did not help me take less damage from lava. If anything, it was a millisecond difference. It was a millisecond of difference of an extra tick of damage, and this was me without any hunger. This was me without 3 bars of hunger, so I wasn't regenerating. And I did not see any noticeable difference aside from if you at least have 1 piece of gear with fire protection. So as long as you have 1 piece of gear with fire protection, which I would use my boots, because you're probably going to get hit in everywhere but the feet more often. Upon on the boots, have fire protection 4, that should be enough to cover anything. You will never be invincible from lava. Unless you have a fire resistant potions or your totem pops and it gives you fire resistance, you're not going to be able to just sit there and not take damage. At worst case scenario, maybe if you have food, full hunger, you'd be fine, maybe. But if no food and you're not regenerating, you're going to die, no matter what. So yeah. On top of that, a different thing here, I would usually have, as I usually would not have Frostwalker. That's because in the overworld, in the main world of Minecraft, Frostwalker is very annoying because it can break your farms, it can get in the way. It's not very helpful either, just in general. But with Frostwalker, you can actually walk on magma blocks, which are over there. No, they're not. They're somewhere. There's some peeking over there, but there's magma blocks. When you walk on magma blocks, you usually would take little ticks of damage. With Frostwalker, you don't take any damage. Usually, that doesn't really help me in the overworld because you can just shift. But I mean, if Frostwalker is only doing that, it does not hurt to take, and it's actually very useful. And yeah, I think everything else is the same. In my previous video, soul speed 3, again, you could take soul speed if you want, but be warned, it will you know, it will take more durability the more you use it. So you definitely want to be careful and not overuse it, and just be careful. If you admire durability over the speed you get from soul speed by walking on soul sand, do not take soul speed. Just leave it blank. You don't need to take it if you care more about durability, because it will deal more durability, just like thorns. Now we go here to the chest plate and the leggings. These are the exact same as from the previous video, and there's nothing crazy about them. It's just protection 4, breaking 3, mending 1. As I said about the boots, again, it does not help you if you have fire protection and everything. As long as you have it in 1 piece of gear, it will do just as much as having it on all 4 pieces of gear. And normal protection will help you a lot. Maybe if you really want to, maybe projectile protection or maybe blast resistance will help you against ghasts or skeletons or blazes. But really, the most threatening thing to you in the nether will probably be magma cubes and wither skeletons. Those are the fellas that hit the hardest, and they deal protection damage. They deal damage that protection can stop. Not your projectile, not blast resistance, it's not explosion. Those are probably the fellas that'll be doing the most damage to you, and probably the ones that may kill you. On top of zombie pigmen, if you piss off one of them, you don't want to deal with the rest of them. So yeah, and again, if I can be honest, guys, I see this in the comments a lot, but I take this, I take that. Honestly, whichever of these enchantments fits your playstyle the best, take it. If it's been working for you a lot, that's amazing, but some people don't know what to take, and you know, they're curious about what to take. So I just want to point this out real quick, because I see a lot of guys like just saying, no, this is better or that's better. And for me, honestly, whatever is better is whatever works best for you. This is what has worked best for me, and I've been playing this game for years. I've been a noob, I've been whatever, and this has been carrying me for quite a while, taking these substance enchantments, and it's been doing great for myself, and it should work generally amazing for everybody else. If there's a little niche that you like about one certain enchantment, like infinity over mending on a bow, you know, just take whatever is best for you, and I'm sure it'll turn out fine. I'm just trying to give everybody a basic understanding of the best possible stuff, and like best specific enchantments that'll work best for you. Now we go on to the bow for the last one. This bow is the same as I have in the previous video, in my best enchantments in general video. Yeah, I have Unbreaking 3, Flame 1, Power 4, Punch 2, and Infinity. Again with the bow, everybody's like, no, mending, no, Infinity. I like Infinity. I like Infinity because I don't like spending time having to go repair, I don't like spending the time having to go get arrows compared to having to repair something. Honestly, for me, I think the time it will take to get arrows and farm for them, or even have a farm for them, will take more time than just, I mean, like, you're already going to be in the end game. You're going to have tons of extra levels. You're going to have your gear fully done. You're probably going to have like 50 plus levels. I'm sure 50 plus levels, if this eventually gets too hard to repair, just make a whole new one. It's not that difficult. Just make a completely new one. You have 50 levels. That's like, what do you want to call it? Like at least 6 times you can enchant it. You just cycle through, you have your XP, and you'll be fine. Other people who like to take mending because they just don't want to repair at all and they just want one bow, that's amazing. I personally, I don't like carrying around a lot of arrows, and I like always having the opportunity, or always having the chance to have plenty of ammo, because I don't know when he's stuck against what you want to call it. Dozens of wither skeletons, dozens of ghast, and they run out of our arrows. That's a scary, man. I don't want to deal with that. So having Infinity just makes me a little bit safer. I feel like it gets a little bit more kick out of, you know, the pickaxe, or out of the bow, excuse me. But then again, if mending works for you, take mending. If Infinity works best for you, take Infinity. But if you want to, you know, follow this guide, Infinity is the best in my opinion. I know your opinions are different. I appreciate it. Mending is great. I know I put on every other piece of gear, but on the bow, I just need to have that constant stream of reliable arrows. At least with, you know, with the arrows, you know, you gotta always restock them over and over, and that's like consistently nagging you and consistently making you just something. If your bow breaks, it'll probably be like in months. Not gonna lie. It'll probably be in months before you have to replace your bow, compared to having to get arrows every other week or every other day. I don't know how much people shoot things. So yeah, that is all for this video. I believe I got everything. If you're curious about any other pieces of gear, like elytras, what do you want to call it, tridents, I know this video that is about all the enchantments in general, but it's not for the Nether. It's just like in Minecraft in general, just playing on a PvE, PvP world with your friends. These are probably the best enchantments you're gonna want. They're not best suited for PvE, and they're not best suited for PvP, but they're best suited for the combination of the two. So I'm trying to find like the best balance in between those two environments of gear, and try to put them into one set so you guys don't have to bother. And I thought the new Nether, people may be struggling in the Nether, so I thought I might as well put a little enchantment guide here. So if you want to have your own set of netherite gear, separate from your main gear, you can have that. You never have a problem in here, or at least don't have as much of a problem. And of course, if you really are scared of the fire, please take a totem. Take a totem. Take a fire resistance potion. Honestly, totems are amazing. Always have one on you. Make a what do you call it? Totem farm, pillager farm. What do you want to call it? Get them. They're awesome. You will never die. Just don't do anything too silly. And it'll be great. You'll be fine. It'll be easy. Also, if you learn how to use your elytras very well, it is very good here, and all that good stuff, because you can just fly away and fly around, and it's very helpful. So learn how to use elytras efficiently, and you'll be much safer as well. On top of that, if you did read the title, don't want anybody to get confused. This is Minecraft Bedrock Edition, so this is the best stuff for Bedrock. I'm not sure, but the fire resistance values and all that may be different on Java. It may be different, so I don't know about Java. I'm recording this on Bedrock Edition. I have Bedrock Edition on the title. My apologies if you're on Java. Java is already only on your computer. I'm playing on Bedrock Edition, which is on Microsoft or Windows 10, I mean, which is on the computer, but I'm also playing the same version as someone's phone, as someone's Xbox, Switch, PS4, whatever. Anything that, you know, is not Java is this version. All right. So before anybody gets confused, because I know it's very confusing still, hopefully that helps you guys. But you know, thank you all so much for watching me this far. I really do appreciate it. Put piglins are cool down in the comments below if you made it this far, because I know who made it and I can give you a little heart because I appreciate it. You know, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.